I will go back to the base for a second. Alright, looking at the dive map, these are still to be gotten by us. Still the eggs and stalk scraper shell. She said I should head east, but I want to find these ones first, because I want to see... I want to complete the sketches. Let me... Here, sample store. Let me put in the new ones first to see if we can find out something about them. Oh wait. I'm gonna look into the taxonomy once more. Reef bloat. Oh! With sketch and all. Let's first look at the sketch, because that's the more interesting part, I think. Chitin seams, sensory stalks, bulging discolored plates, split stalk, microbial release stages. Apparently the reef bloats are capturing these spark microbe colonies and detoxifying them so they don't hurt the rest of the ecosystem. And in this process they release a lot of energy, or store a lot of energy in, I guess, the microbes, like the sample that we took. They definitely look interesting. It's the first sketch that we have, right? There's no... yeah, we need the eggs with these. And more samples for the other stalks. Alright, that's all for now. I'm gonna go ahead and dive down to the way station. Trying to be a bit faster this time. But still checking if there's any spot that's interesting that I've missed so far. So the stalks that we shrill sacked so lovingly are back, which means I need to deploy more to get through this. Sampling. Okay, we're getting them back right away. Oh no, it's another spark colony. Yeah, true, this is a reef bloat. Alright, there was some shell from the translucent shell creature that we needed to sample to the south, and eggs to the west. I think I'm gonna go south first. If I can even get there by going this way. There's definitely more sampling happening. Thin passage. Between the rocks and the stalks, a thin sandy passage leads towards a clearing. That kind of sounds like good old animal time. I don't know if I want to sample more bloats right now. A small clearing between the avenues of stalks. To the west, their ordered rows dissolve into the chaos of the southern forest. Southern forest sounds good. This is where we want to go. And there they are, the spore catches. Clouded shell, sample candidate, yes. Fragments of a shell, recently shed, glint in the sand like shards of cloudy glass. What creature left these here? Let's head west then. this way, but it looks like it. Clearing the path. And then probably heading beyond the cave that we dove into. Another bloated growth. The stalks form a loose perimeter around this growth, which bulges unsettlingly as if it is about to burst. I hope we don't experience a bloat bursting. I mean, as a researcher, you would probably want to witness that in some way. But it doesn't sound really pleasant. Stalk pathway. It would be easy to become lost in the complex patterns traced by these rows of stalks. I wonder where they lead. Do I clear that? I hope this does something. Probably not. Which definitely leads us to another sample candidate. But maybe it's also just a way of hinting at the cave that we already explored. Sorry that I'm so slow at sampling, but it's a bit hard with a handicap. Okay. Colony's edge. To the west stands the final pathway of stalks before the colony fades out into the sand and rock. Judging from these lines, I don't think there's anything else down here. So I'm just gonna move northwest now. This is more bloat, but right now I feel like the sure sex are more valuable in my sample store than the colonies. Beyond these stalks I can see a sheer ridge rising up to the north. And we've been up to this one before, I guess. So I am gonna take this colony sample. I feel like I don't wanna. I might have to. Maybe I have to go to the right actually. Where do I place this? Maybe here. Oh, okay. Interesting. The Shrisak made this guy burst. Did the sample change? No, it's still the colony. Oh, I'm losing oxygen when I stay in here. That's not good. So now we do know what happens when they burst. Northern Ridge. North of here, an angular ridge ascends, cutting the shelf in two. The only way further north is to cross the rift to the east of here. But I don't want to go east, and I also don't want to go north. I just want to go west. Maybe I do need to find a way around the cave. Hollow stones, sample candidate. Tucked into the side of this corroded rock, a pile of stones with worn holes sit in a sand. Within a hole, something glitters. Do we know what this is, or is it something new? Maybe it's the eggs already. It is. Wow, my sense of orientation is failing me lately. And you were a spore catcher. Got it. Got new things for the sample storage. How much energy did this give? Striped egg gives 40% energy and 20% oxygen. Let's head into the lab. Spore catcher. Let's look at the sketch first again. Visual and oral sensorium. Siphon flaps. I imagined them looking different, but this is really cool. The stalk scraper sketch. Leg extension points, cloud markings on shell, underside swimming limbs, and scraping limbs. Alrighty. One more look at the dive map. We got these, but this looks like we need to enter the danger zone. Did I even take enough samples? Yeah, I hope so. Layered outcrop. The pale strata of this rock tells an ancient story. Might there be a fossil record within such rocks waiting to be discovered? Towering outcrop. This feature rises steeply towards the jagged edge of the reef, splitting the strong currents like the head of an axe. Protected pass. In the shadow of these huge outcrops, this pass leads towards the rift at the north edge of the reef and its fast-moving waters. From here, the reef descends into the unseen deep. Spores spiral by in the fast-flowing water. What else lies out there? This side of the shelf is sliced at by the planet's oceanic currents. Look at those flecks of organic material. They are being cycled back into the reef's ecosystem, driving from unseen places out in the ocean. It must be part of some vast process. Do you think we'll ever understand the cycles of this ocean? I'm pretty confident. I hope so too. It's just so intimidating. An entire planet of life, and just us to study it. Yeah, I kind of wouldn't want to be in this situation. And in theory, I don't know, maybe she mentioned it before, but Minae, the person that we're looking for, must already have done some research notes on this. So, but looking at the state of the way station and all, maybe she took the knowledge with her or destroyed the documents. Split gullies. These gullies lead among the tall outcrops of the northern edge to the currents and open waters beyond. I'm gonna go over here, because we need to be somewhere up there. Let's make our way east to the source of the transponder signal. I don't know what to expect. If the transponder is Minae's, there's some history between us, but I haven't seen her in years. Not since... Look, you don't need to worry about it. Let's just find her. We have two ways to go. The gully opening over here. I'm gonna see what's up here first. These stalks block the gully, but also the strong currents behind. Even if we clear them, those currents will still block our passage. Alright, that answers my question if we can go there. But I'm pretty sure we also can't go over there, right? Or is there less currents up here? There, look, a cave entrance cut into the side of the rift. It should allow us to bypass the rift, although I'm not sure where we'll emerge. Does she mean this one? Yeah, hidden shelf. Protected by sheer sides of the rift, the shelf leads down to a small cavern entrance in the reef wall. Yeah, this is the only way that I can go. Maybe the Trosec samples up here were a sign that I should have taken more of them. I will quickly go back and just get some to be safe. Because I don't know when we will find more of them. And so far we haven't had a problem with oxygen running out, except for when I let the bloat burst. But better safe than sorry in this case. Alright, let's go into the cavern. Curving passage. The round mouth of the cave stretches away into the rock. Stalks hum quietly in the dark. Unnatural cave. There's a strange evenness to the walls of this cave, almost as if it was a vast borehole drilled into the reef. The stalks even seem to get down here. Perhaps they are less reliant on sunlight than I initially thought. I wonder how the stalks survive without sunlight. Maybe they are fed by the forest above? What do you think? I don't know. It's true that we've seen no root system, but I don't think that eliminates the possibility. Exposed roots. Sample candidate. Oh yeah. A cave-in has severed some sections of the stalk's root network, stretching down from the forest above. What can they tell us? Stalk root. A tangle of silken roots from a stalk colony, carbon enriched. Do I lose some shrill sacs to take more roots, or am I just gonna accept that I only have one of them? I can definitely use one of these and then just get one more root. Open cavern. Bright light from the east of this large cavern is broken up by tall pillars, casting strips of light and dark across the smooth walls. This looks like another bloat. Oh no, sporing stalk. These stalks are filling the water with spores. We should start logging information on them. Luckily, I have a sampling spot available. These spores are different. The stalks nearby seem to be stimulated by them. Could these spores be used to make stalks extend, to bring them out of hiding? We should test them out on a retracted colony. Let's look at this first. A clump of spores which seem to stimulate the stalk growth. Can I take another sample? These sporing stalks seem to require very particular conditions to grow. I've seen so few elsewhere on the reef. Yeah, only in this cave so far. Let me first look what will be beyond this. Another rift. How can we cross it? The current here is so strong. Currents slice down through the rift from the north here. Crossing is going to be difficult unless their flow can be slowed further up. Tunnel mouth. The far side of the cavern narrows into darkness. I can feel the faint pulse of a distant current ahead. I am gonna get one more sample of the soothe spores, because I'm kind of paranoid that I'm gonna need it. The tunnel ahead is thick with stalks, scraping the ceiling with their rounded tips. Light filters in from a large opening, making the spores drifting in the water glitter like sparks. Look, those stalks in the cave mouth, they are retracted. Perhaps if we could make them extend, they would block the current. Okay, I see where we are going with this. Just getting more of these. Oh, there I've got the space. So now we have a sample that can make stalks disappear and one that makes them come back. They block the current. These spores encourage them to extend and fill the tunnel. With these soothe spores, we can control the stalks to our advantage. This will be useful. It will be useful indeed. And it's much more pleasant than destroying everything with a shrill sack. Look, out in the rift, a retracted star colony. If we can get them to extend, they provide shelter from the current. Deep rift. Even this close to the wall, the darkness of the deep rift is intimidating. A huge slit in the face of this world. How deep does it go? I'm happy about not finding out how deep this goes. I'm gonna use my only little soothe spore sample that I have left on this, hoping we can find more. This small opening in the wall provides a little shelter from the howling rift, allowing some stars to take up root here. We are across. Thank you, stalks. Oh, and thank you to you, too. Another smooth tunnel leads out towards the light. A circle of warm light shows this tunnel opens out onto the upper shelf of the East Reef. What lies above? Oh, this looks interesting. These canopies are spectacular. I started logging observations. Let's see what we can find out about them. It feels good to be out in the sunlight again. Let's head northeast along this finger of the reef. The transponder is at the tip. Looming petals. These plant-like creatures seem unrelated to the reef stalks. Their soft petals waving on thin stems. Instantly a new species coming out of this cavern. Bright pollen. Bird pollen extracted from the petals in the East Reef. Okay, let's move over here. There seems to be another way station ahead. So I'm probably gonna speed this up and get to the way station first. I'm gonna look at all this next time, but I think I need to take a break. Is that another way station ahead? Minae must have built them all across the reef. So she did build them herself. Okay, open up the terminal, see what data we can scrape from this place. Connection complete, drone ready. Oh, she wanted me to get the map data. The logs suggest Minae was using this as some kind of staging ground for expeditions over the drop-off. She was looking for something out in the ocean, something deep from the descents she logged here. Minae doesn't do things at random. The way station is the research base. This is calculated. I feel like we are already 10 steps behind her and we've barely even started. Let's go get that suit transponder, it isn't far from here. If we head straight north to the shelf's edge, it should be there. Alright, I will try to see if it's up here, and then in the next part I'm gonna look at all the nature around me and get new samples. Exposed clearing. This side of the finger feels exposed, but thanks to its current splitting outcrops, it remains in a bubble of calm. I'm guessing that's what the canopy might be for. Open ocean. At this tip of the shelf, the outcrops fall away to reveal an unrestricted view of the vast ocean. It is both terrifying and beautiful. I see something at the edge. Is that the suit? Minae's suit. Open, empty, and half sunk in the sand. Why would she leave it here, and more importantly, where did she go? It's definitely Minae's suit, but no Minae. Surely she isn't... Okay, let's not jump to conclusions. I want to take a look at this. It can't have been here long. Most of it is still in good condition. But how did it get out here? There's no evidence of injury, a malfunction perhaps? What do you think? But then, where is she? Could she have just swum to the surface? Did she intend us to find it? Minae, what did you get yourself into here? It's better equipped than our suit, but the seals have started decaying. What's this? Minae has rigged up some kind of custom propulsion system, probably to deal with the currents. We can use this. We'll need a power source. It won't run off the suit's system. It seems like it used some kind of microbial fuel cell. We just need to recreate it. We can use the microbial colony we sampled in the Western Reef. Okay, let's get this back to the base so I can take a better look. Minae, you better not have done something stupid. I didn't come all the way out here to bury you. Let's go. Call for drone pickup. Oh man. I mean, my intuition says we're probably not gonna find a living Minae. But maybe she got off this planet somehow. Hey, you ready to get back to work? Not yet. Well, tough luck, because I've had a very productive few hours. I've been working on the propulsion system. I've used those 4 microbial samples to grow a new colony in the lab. Then I transferred it to a secure containment capsule, nice and snug. I followed what I could from Minae's notes on building a microbial fuel cell. It's all loaded onto the suit, the MFC fed directly from our reserve oxygen supply. Now we just need to take the suit out for a dive to test it. It's going to take plenty of oxygen to fuel the colony, so bring any samples that'll help out. But make sure not to take any we haven't put through analysis on the lab level first. I don't want to burn through hours of research material just to get a power boost. This propulsion system will let us pass through strong currents and move more quickly. We should be able to cut across that rift, north of the way station, and see what the bloom finally is. Ready when you are. I want to have one more look at the diving. Okay, what does the dive map look like now? We're at the East Reef way station and have a sample request that we still need to get. This one as well. And I guess we can cross the rift. I'm gonna take another break here. Thank you so much for watching again. And next time we're gonna test out a new suit. Let me just quickly, before I go, check. We only have new samples, right? Yeah, these ones. I will already put them in here. Okay. Wanted to put them down here so I remember that they are new, but I can probably also just analyze them real quick. Okie doke. Thank you for watching. See you next time.